Hey guys, welcome to ADR Tech Reviews, and if you can see, I have a build planned today. Now this build is going to be an all AMD build, and it's going to be different than anything I've done before. It's going to be new to me. It's probably not going to be that new to you because you probably heard it before, but it's going to be exciting. So today I just want to talk about all the parts that are going to go in it, and how the layout is going to be for the thing that I want to do that you probably know because of the title, but I'll tell you guys later in the video. So let's actually go ahead and do like a first person view of it. So let's go. Alright, so if you couldn't tell by the title of the video, my plan is to do a wall-mounted PC with all of these parts. And I'm going to be naming you guys the parts. This is of course, a Thermaltake TR2 500 watt power supply. And I chose this because this is what I have, and it's going to be perfectly fine for what it's going to be. This isn't actually a high-powered PC, which I'll get to in a little. This is kind of like a placeholder RAM stick. I am going to be getting Corsair Vengeance. I will be getting 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes. But I have this because it's what I have to show you guys. It is Corsair Vengeance, but the actual RAM I'll be getting will be in red. This is a story that I'll get to in a second. This is really the meat and potatoes about it. I can't focus on it. Can I? Can I? I cannot. Okay, so this is a AMD FX 8370E that I had laying around. I actually have 2 of these, and I'll be using it in this system because it is going to be lower powered than if I go with a normal AMD FX CPU, and it is also, you know, like what I have. It's 95 watts, and it'll be perfectly fine with that 500 watt power supply. This is, of course, the MSI 970 Gaming. Let me move the camera a little bit. The MSI 970 Gaming. This is, of course, the motherboard that overviewed recently, and I'll put a link. Touch that CPU on top of that CPU. Actually, I'll put the little video so you can click it and you can go to that video to see the overview of this motherboard. And this is the 270, the R9 270 that I had reviewed in the past, and remember, it did fail on me. Power delivery kind of like pooped out. It's kind of horrible. It was really bad. I have 2 videos on that. I'll probably put it in the description down below for you guys to check that out. But the real story behind these graphics cards, and I say these graphics cards because I also have this one here, I will be getting into a little bit deeper. Now let me just also jump right into the desk for a second. Alright, so for mounting this on a wall, I do want it to look good and fairly, you know, this really isn't going to cut it. Sadly, I don't have a better GPU on hand, so I'll have to be using this. So I thought, why not just take off the removable shroud, place it on top somehow, and then have that cover the GPU so the ugly parts don't get seen and it doesn't show that this is not an AMD part. Now I will be covering this hole with a mesh, or maybe just like a piece of cardboard with an AMD logo on it, because it does have ventilation on the sides and it's more than enough for that tiny little fan, and this graphics card doesn't really get, you know, heated up at all. So that'll be the plan for now, at least until we get another graphics card, which the plan is to be getting a I think it is the R7 360 or maybe the R7 370 if I can. And I'll be going ahead and going back to my face so I can tell you exactly what this build is for. Alright, so this wall-mounted PC idea wasn't exactly my idea to begin with. What I wanted was to do a normal desktop and kind of put all the parts in it and make it look pretty. But my dad actually wanted to do the wall-mounted PC, and that was his idea, and that's who this build is for. My dad's workstation, I guess. All he does is use some CAD applications. He doesn't really game at all, which is why we don't use that graphics card. And his computer now is an Asus laptop, which overheats on idle. It's kind of sad to see a CPU going at 100C when it's not doing anything. So that's why I decided that he needed an upgrade, even though I know I can just clean the laptop and make it perfectly fine. But hey, I have all these parts and I don't really have anything to do with them, and I thought, why not just make another build to show you guys for a video. So this is kind of a short video. It's going to be the one of the few that are going to be for this build log, and I'm very excited. I do have some other builds coming along in the future. I know my friend is making a build that I'm going to help on, and I will also film that, and that's going to be exciting too. And that's all going to come in the future. You know, just subscribe, hit that subscribe button down there, or subscribe, whatever you want, or not. It's up to you. To follow me on all the builds I'm going to be doing in the future, in this week, which is not going to be any this week, because this is the last video for this week. Just subscribe if you want to see all my new content. Like, dislike, like if you want to see the builds, dislike if you also want to see the builds, whichever you feel like it. Go ahead and hit that share button, because that's very important to me, as you all know. And I'll see you guys in the next video, where I probably have a little bit more to show you than this. See you guys.